It's good to be here. Through this day, through this hour, and let all the blessing of life be brought forth to our family, to our friends, to each other, to all those in our care, to all the people in this whole holy earth. That in this time there can be a great awakening of consciousness through all those who are even now seeking to reveal more the light on earth. We're given an opportunity in each day to allow the light to be here and allow all that we do to give glory to the light. Light our time together, just as much as the moments and days ahead throughout the whole world. Might they all come to reveal the light fully on earth, and that light increase. We are, of course, in the northern hemisphere at the stage of the equinox, when the days are getting shorter and shorter, and from that perspective light has been decreasing. But this is just a momentary part of our cycle around the sun. Of course, we know that comes the winter equinox, that light will start increasing again on earth. The movement of the earth will bring it into a closer proximity in the northern hemisphere once again to the sun. But for the practical nature of what we're speaking, we are here to allow divine light, the light of the truth of the consciousness that underlines all of creation, to be brought forth, to make ourselves available as individuals, and to make ourselves available as a collective here on earth, so that the light might do as it wills, revealing the perfect world according to the design of the light. There are many designs that man has upon this earth. Designs for all the different things that we think of as mankind's knowledge, mankind's awareness. And all of these things would reveal themselves to be nothing if there wasn't divine light, if there wasn't the consciousness of the Creator that creates all things through us, around us, into all the world. The cells, the body of our physical form, all those places in our form that are revealing of the light, and the particular vibration of light that we think of as spirit. There is, of course, vibration of light that extends through form, that extends through the mind and the heart. But the very vibration of the light that is discerned as vibrational spirit, this is the place to live at, the place to live from. Our nature is to live in this level of spirit, and from here extend blessing into the body and mind and heart, without being caught in the substance of body, without being caught in the substance of mind or heart either. Man has been so long tied into the levels of physical reality mind and heart, that most of what is done is for the pleasure of these three levels. Of course, there's nothing wrong in the pleasure of the body and mind and heart. It's all of the pleasure that we receive can be and is rightly a holy sacred offering to the light. When everything is offered to the light, then whatever it is that we find pleasure in, whatever it is that's uplifting, whatever it is that is brought forth to give glory to the light, can be used as a holy sacred offering. Be it time with each other, be it time with our family and friends, be it time doing any of the things that we go through in our day-to-day lives. There are always opportunities to give glory to the light. To let all of the substance and awareness come into the vibrational level. Awareness through our fingertips. Awareness through our hands. Of the very fine particles of light. The very fine rays of blessing that extend through them. Just by a word. Just by awareness of the vibration. Then we can conceive of allowing the vibration to increase and discern more fully the extent of the vibration as it tunes, as it's forthcoming from different levels of the vibratory realm. We have used different words, and at different times through the year we've considered different words. But a word we consider at this particular time is the word that is revealing of the substance of knowing that God is with us. This word is a vibrational word to attune people, a vibrational word to attune ourselves, all our substance, into a deeper knowing of God with us, revealed for each one in their own form, in their own thoughts, in their own capacities. This word, of course, is signified through this particular time of what we think of as the Christmas season, as the coming forth of something much higher. This coming forth has been hijacked in a way by what we think of as Christianity. Nevertheless, there is beyond the level of Christianity, there is the reality of the Word. God with us, revealed in me, this, that each one can say. This Word is Emmanuel, the centering of God here on earth, allowing this word to be a sacred word, but also meaning and revealing something further of a deeper word that we don't always use in common through the year, but we know of. These words signify the same thing, and that is the word Shekinah, the evidence of the presence of God, the evidence of the presence through the light that shines, the evidence of the presence through the fire that burns and through the cloud of glory. All evidence, all revelations of God with us, Shekinah with us. And we use these words in a holy, sacred way to attune every fiber of our being to Shekinah, to the evidence of the presence of the one who dwells. The light is that. The light is the Holy Spirit that dwells in all things. Shekinah is the Holy Spirit that dwells in all substance. And through all the different names that people have used to describe God, to describe the experience of knowing God, this is among those names that is holy and sacred. But even so, it just gives a hint of the beginning of the knowing, of the reality behind the words. And that reality we discern through the vibration. And at the same time, we're caught in the reality of day-to-day life, the reality of finance and work and money and life force all around. But all of that is provided by Shekinah. In the living of life, there's nothing which light, which Shekinah can't provide and does not provide. There's enough light, there's enough life force all around. But mankind has had an inadequate experience of this light, an inadequate awareness of the light. So we're here to allow the light to be more revealed on earth. Of course, this is in the world of mankind's darkness, of all the pressures and things like that. So we experience more light at this time of year, when things are under seeming pressures of one form or another, by being aware of the real light, divine light, the Shekinah light, the evidence of the presence of the one who dwells. God with us, revealed through all the things that we do. Some people think of it in terms of the word Christ light. Others think of it as Krishna light. There are many words to describe the light of God, but all of them are giving just the briefest indication of something beyond the words, something beyond just the equinox and the lowering of the light prior to the winter equinox in the northern hemisphere. But that process, in that process is described a deeper relationship to the coming forth, in the anticipation of the coming forth of the real light, divine light. So we're here to allow the light of Shekinah, by reason of the fact that we give everything from our day, give everything from not only the pressures but the joys, all of the things we experience in the day. We give all of the glory for everything that we experience to the light. If we're experiencing lack or limitations, we can be thankful that that's what the light has chosen for us to experience. If we experience being able to breathe and being able to move, then we can be thankful for those experiences that the light has given us. All things are created by the light, and without the light is nothing made that is made. Man, of course, has gotten too used to giving the glory to something else other than light. And there are all sorts of fabrications and consciousness of where to give the glory to. And sometimes people think of the good things coming from God and the bad things coming from somewhere else. But really, in fact, all of the experiences come from the same source. So we have an opportunity throughout all the different experiences to experience and to give the glory in all the experiences, for every single thing that we experience, to the source of life, to Shekinah, to the force of light. In the book of Revelation, it speaks of a time when there'll be no more need for the light of the sun. Well, we're not speaking, it doesn't refer to the fact that the earth won't need it. But in truth, the light that comes forth from Shekinah is all the light that mankind needs. All the light that lights up each planet, that shines forth from within. And in the evolution of consciousness here on earth, there comes a moment in time when there's an awareness of the reality that Shekinah is with each one, in all things. That the Holy Spirit is within, no matter what one goes through. Then one knows for sure that there is nothing that we go through without God being here, without the Creator being here. Of course, it's not in usual language to conceive of that. Man has thought of themselves as being perhaps like a vehicle, charged up and ready to go, and once it's started, it's going to run through till the battery runs dry. However long that takes, 80 or 50 years. And so there's an anticipation that it's all about the charge from the battery. It's all about the things that are generated here, and there seems to be a mystery as to what goes on after. But all things are created by the light. It's a never-ending source of power, even longer than mankind's ability to conceive. Man has a conception that the universe is 15 billion years old or thereabouts. But even before that exists the light. All things were created by the light. And the opportunity is to further develop the relationship with body and mind and heart, cooperating with each other, especially because the mind is still and tranquil, and the heart has a chance to come also into tranquility. But also because the thoughts and the feelings are all focused on where the power truly comes from. It starts to be aware of the truth that all the power comes from the Creator. And without the Creator is nothing made that is made. So think of the smallest thing that happened to you today. In that thing also was the power of the Creator. Think of the other things that happened for you in this day. In those things also was the power of the force, the life force, that sprung from the Creator. In this, it is true. In the beginning was the Creator, was the light, was Shekinah. And Shekinah was God, and Shekinah is God. And without Shekinah, without the Creator, is nothing made that is made. So we can see that all the things going on only exist by reason of the reality that the light is here already, without which nothing can exist. We can't separate ourselves from the Creator. We can't suddenly imagine, because all that would remain as an imaginary event. It doesn't matter whether we imagine that the Creator is separate and somewhere in a far distant place. The reality is that all things have the life force of the Creator. And without the Creator is nothing made that is made. So also are the divine beings here on earth, all part of the Creator, all given opportunities to further create, all given particular aspects of creation to look after. So you also have aspects of creation that you look after. And to more fully understand these aspects of creation is the opportunity to attune more, to become more consciously aware through the vibration of the hands, through the vibration of your voice, through the awareness of all the ways that you impart and imbue the world with the life force coming from the Creator that comes through your form. All the life force that comes from the Creator, that comes through your mind. All the life force that comes from the Creator, that comes through your heart. Without which nothing can occur. And without which we are as people just as much, no more than animals. The only reason we have any form of consciousness is because of the reality that the light has chosen for that to be so. Shekinah has given mankind the opportunity to participate more fully in the activity of creation. This, of course, was forgotten about because mankind refused to give the glory to the light. And there were fabrications in time and space, all meant to twist around and give the power to something else. So you find the very people that believe in God believe in the power of the devil, some devilish character somewhere. But there is no devil. There's no devilish character like that. It's all the imagination of the mind, all meant to distract people from where the power truly is. I'm not saying that there aren't wicked people on earth, twisting the power of the light into something less than it should be used. But in reality, all the glory and honor does belong only to the Creator for all things. It becomes increasingly popular for people to give glory to their political systems, their financial systems. And people in the States think their system is so great. At least some of them do. And so they relish in the idea that the United States seems to have some great power. That they miss the opportunity to relish in the fact that the United States only has power by reason of the fact of the power of Shekinah. And that too comes to a point when the power is misused, because mankind has misused power all through the centuries. When the power is misused, then that power is taken away. The life force can only be used by and for the purpose of the Creator. So people misuse power. If they use the life force for something less than worthy, it creates the very outcome to do away with that. It changes. So as mankind's Wickedness creates something by mistranslating the life force of the Creator into bombs and guns and things for killing mankind. And then it starts to go on a mission. The life force sets on a mission to deteriorate, return back into the elemental level. So if one leaves any substance alone that was twisted and shaped into something even like a bomb or airplanes or guns and things like that, you can see once they're left alone, pretty soon the rust kicks in, starts to rust the metal. The elements return to the soil eventually, and after a while there's nothing left of it. How long that process is before it passes away makes no difference. If it was a year, if it was 1,000 years, it makes no difference. All those things do eventually pass away. Just a matter of waiting for it. But the things of life, they get rejuvenated. They get re-energized. And we know this because year after year we see the evidence of plants and trees and birds and life force all around us being re-energized. So also with the life force that we are given each day, there is the opportunity to let that life force be re-energized each day. By each day knowing the source of the life force, communicating, even if it's to oneself, even if it's to one's mind and heart, the reality of awareness of where that life force comes from each day, in all the circumstances of the day. So that each day is sufficient with the life force that's given from the source of life force, from the spirit of the life force, what we deem and think of as the Holy Spirit, what we deem and think of as God. The reality is that God is with us, always was and always will be. It behooves mankind to try to, in an idea way, put God into some far distant past or into some future time and ignore the reality of the Creator here now. But we come to know the Creator because we go past the illusion of all the state of consciousness that seeks the power of God by misusing the power, by mistranslating the power. The power is all around. The vibration can be extended through our hands, through our heart, through our eyes, through the smile, through the words that we speak. Because there comes a moment of realization that in everything that we do is the power of the source of life, the power of Shekinah, the power of the Creator, the power of Allah, the power of Krishna, the power of God. All the same power. Words have translated the name into something different, but all speaking about essentially the same underlying life force. So describe something to yourself of what you went through in this day, what you've experienced, where you thought there was something out of sync with reality, out of sync with the life force of the Creator. And let that thing be imbued with life force. Let that circumstance, let that situation, Let that person be imbued with the blessing of life force of the Creator. Let yourself be more fully imbued with the blessing of the life force of the Creator. With the knowing of the life force that you experienced in this day, no matter what it is. Feeling it as it flows through you and around you. As you swim in a sea of life force of the Creator. Feeling everything around you as the life force of the Creator. Feeling the chair and understanding that even the chair is the life force of the Creator. Feeling the movements and the sound and understanding that all movements and sound are the life force of the Creator. Thinking about anybody, your children, your parents, your family, your sisters and brothers, yourself, and realizing that all of the substance of each one is the life force of the Creator being revealed. Think of the creatures, the rocks and the minerals and the vegetation, this soul holy earth, and realize every aspect of it is the life force of the Creator. And stretch and feel yourself. Feel what you think of as yourself. And in that awareness, feel also the life force of the Creator. The life force of Shekinah. To put it another way, the life force of Emmanuel. All the life force of the Holy Spirit that's imbued in all things and imbued in you. There's plenty of power. There's enough of God's power here on earth, the Creator's power here on earth, to reveal whatever outcome the Creator would choose. Of course, man has a number of different outcomes and agendas. But we know for ourselves that if the Creator is for us, who can be against us? Because it's all the life force of the Creator. There's no one, there's no thing that is not, in truth, the life force of the Creator. So obviously we experience certain things through the day, through the hours, through the moments, through the interactions, where we get to see the soul of the Creator through the interactions. We get to communicate. Yes, on one level we're communicating perhaps with somebody, perhaps with something, perhaps even with just our own body and mind and heart. But seen in the reality of where that thing came from, whether it's a physical body or something else. It is, after all, the life force of the Creator. Without God is nothing made that is made. Now, this isn't saying that without some religion there's nothing made that is made, because we can do without the religion and the truth of the Creator still exists. And ultimately there will be no religion, because there will come into the full awareness the truth that God is always here. We don't need separate religions. We don't need some religion to give glory to the Creator. We don't need some beliefs. We don't need some organization or some priest or priestesses to be in front of us in communicating with the Creator. Because everyone's created in the same fashion, in the same manner. So we come to a deeper awareness that there's nothing that we can do, individually or collectively, here on earth, to take ourselves from the life force of the Creator. People do all sorts of things to pretend in their imagination that they can. They think that they can. But in truth, it's not possible. So the words of the awareness of the Christ consciousness, or the Buddha consciousness, the Shekinah consciousness, all the awarenesses of God's consciousness, the Creator's consciousness, by whatever name, by whatever symbol through words is created to use the sacred name of God. And all of the sacred names of God are holy and sacred and pure words, whether they're described by one culture or another. And words in one culture may mean something to that culture. Words in through all the interactions. Let a deeper awareness permeate through all the ganglia and the nerves, through the lymphatic system, through the endocrine system, through the skeletal system and the respiratory system, the circulation system. Let them all have a deeper awareness of the life force of the Creator, the life force of Shekinah, the evidence of the presence of the One who dwells. Through your family and through your friends, thinking about them for a moment, being aware that the same life force is moving through them, through all their organs and tissue, through all those in your care. The same life force through your parents, through your children, through yourself, through every fiber of your being. Every single atom, every single molecule. It doesn't take being religious or anything, it just takes being aware. And being aware of the life force of the Creator in all things. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're eating, whatever you're drinking, it doesn't matter. It's all the life force of the Creator. It's all life force. We don't even have to believe in the life force. And some people buy and sell life force, but really the reality is that there is no charge for life force. But we go to the market and we buy things from the market that we think of as food, as life force. And to whatever extent that life force is given, we're aware of the provision of life force. That life provides, and life feeds on life. We feed on the life force. If the life force wasn't in the minerals, then there would be no life force to take in. The minerals would just be minerals. But the fact that there's life force in those minerals gives that life force an ability to be ingested. And in being ingested, to become part of the life force of our physical forms. And in becoming part of the life force of the physical form, letting it be lifted into the life force of the thoughts and the feelings. So that all of creation, body and mind and heart, gives glory to the source of that life force. From which all life comes and is created. That's why the Creator is called the Creator. That's why the Spirit that permeates through all of creation is called the Holy Spirit. It's whole. There's no state of separateness. Where is the separateness between your fingers and your arm and your hand? There is no separateness in there. And as you're becoming more aware of the life force, you feel even the vibration of the life force that can extend beyond the fingers. It can be directed towards others as a blessing of life force, as a blessing of the extension of life force. So when we hold our hands over someone or something, even without touching, we imbue and send forth a message of blessing through life force, through what we think of as the vibratory realm, the realm of life force. And man translates things into seemingly some other forms of value, like bank accounts and money and savings plans and pensions and everything else. But to whatever extent it is, they're still just outer manifestations of substitute for life force. Because as we know, no amount of that can be given to extend life one iota. It's all up to the Creator. How much life force and how long that period of time is. So we wake up in the morning and realize we have life force. The Creator has chosen to allow some life force to move through us, to move through our family and friends. So what are we going to do with that life force? What do we choose to do with the life force? Well, for a start, let's get used to realizing that the life force of the Creator is all around. Do you ever feel alone? How can you feel alone when the life force of the Creator is all around? You're swimming in a sea of life force of the Creator. You can't get away from it. No one can. And the life force of the Creator is always saying the same thing. To all the substance of life force, be still and know that I am God. Even the life force speaks. Even the life force gives glory to the Creator. Gives glory to the perception through awareness of what that is when we even speak of the word Creator or Holy Spirit or the light. It's because it's just the evidence of something. The evidence of something which gives just the briefest hint of the Creator. So we think of the word Shekinah, the evidence of the presence of the one who dwells, the evidence of the presence of the Creator. What is that? It's the fire that burns, so that the light can be perceived through the eyes and through the sensory awareness of the light. The fire that burns, the light that glows in the cloud of glory. All just within the range of awareness of the eyes and the senses to perceive the life force of the Creator. All just small awarenesses. Even the vibratory realm is just a small awareness of the life force of the Creator. Just the briefest hint of what that life force is about. Just the tiniest little glimpse of awareness of the life force of the Creator. Without which nothing exists. So we see the rocks and the minerals, and sometimes people bemoan something changing form. But as we know that all matter continually goes through processes, it just doesn't sit there at absolute zero. It's vibrating, it's moving. And probably at absolute zero, there's still awareness of something beyond. But we're within a range of consciousness that can perceive the movement of the life force of the Creator through the vibration of that. Through sound, through light, through all the different ways we perceive the life force of the Creator. So it behooves us to conceive that God is not here. People think that God is not here. And perhaps coming in the future sometime, or sometime in the past. But it's all the life force of the Creator. Well, it's good to be aware in each moment of each day for ourselves of what this really means.